Yes, I giving greetings, thanks and praise, His Majesty Rastafari Selassie I Jah. So it shall be no secret now that Babylon seeks to reach the heights of the Creator, as proclaimed from its inception in Genesis, as they built the Tower of Babel. And so it was also proclaimed in the book of Isaiah, as Lucifer was cast down to the earth for attempting to ascend to the highest region to become like Jah without serving him. And so you hear some people say that government is God, and there is this cultural psyche, a prevailing notion that everything we do is being watched, one way or another, and that not that Jah sees what we do and knows what we do, but that man. Now, it has been proclaimed to us that he searches the deepest regions of the heart. So even if man makes do with his devices to be able to monitor our everyday activities and behaviors, he is unable to know the heart. And yet, because of his stubborn ways and rejecting the commandments and seeking to live his life in sin, man will deny that this truth stares him down in the face. And so he seeks to impose his will upon us by eliminating our privacy, by constructing conditions that will enable the public to perform his role as overseer. And this is done by getting people dependent on those devices that have been made with his hands. The smartphone, drones. See, Babylon can't afford to fool everybody into constant labor, so they have to make their device into a game, so people are self-motivated to challenge themselves, like with the Pokemon Go, when all they're doing is contributing to the radio frequency identification to pinpoint locations so that they know exactly where you are. And we saw this with the facial recognition software a few years ago. We're seeing it with FaceCrook. I'd be willing to say that most of the people that get arrested because of whatever in relation to FaceCrook are actually being sought out through their friends and peers. In other words, somebody can be a part of that FaceCrook and even not be on FaceCrook like myself, but yet somebody on FaceCrook runs their mouth, gives the police more information. It doesn't mean we're committing crimes. The police are taking information to profile us. But here's what they do, is they gather all the information, the big data, and then they sort through it and they decide what they want to hold and what they want to discard. So they're developing, a character database based on their own presumptions and prejudices to entitle them to the maximum beneficial outcome. And you first you have to say, well, people say, well, the police aren't that bad. Look it, the police are taking orders. Where are they taking orders from? Capital, money. They're under pressures. They also want to prove that they've been performing better than their predecessors, or that they're qualified for the jobs. So they're constantly making decisions that the motive is to enhance public relations. It's not to eliminate crime, it's to give the appearance that crime is being eliminated. I've said it before, you can bring the numbers down, but look at the types of crimes that are being committed. People eating each other's faces off, children getting molested and raped and put on camera to share. This stuff wasn't happening before. It's happening now. It's happening because Babylon has designed an atmosphere that permits it to happen through their system of laws. And so now what they seek is that the public performs their duties for them voluntarily. They make, drones out to be like some kind of phenomenon that people have to grab one and start using it. And I saw a video on YouTube, or what they were trying to show me was somebody was flying a drone, and it looked like there was a woman playing tennis there, and it said something about drone crashes, some pretext they give. When really they're attempting to excite children and possibly other perverts into flying their drones over women to be able to look at their bodies. Now, you can see women's bodies all over the place. You don't need to fly a drone and try to get a shot. I mean, where's that gonna go? But this is what Babylon seeks, to excite people to get involved, because again, that's gonna build conditions that essentially move people towards doing their work for them. When somebody's flying their drone, or everybody's flying their drones ahead, certainly people are going to get bored, and they're going to look for specific things to take pictures of. And then they're going to go and report them, as they always did, because they're always trying to get promoted, always trying to move up in the ranks, get up another level in that tower. So where does that leave us? Well, besides the fact that you can't have a woman, we might as well be in prison. We might as well go to jail, because if we're not going to have privacy on the outside, what is there? What really is there? I mean, we have to work to survive, but in jail we get to eat for free. We can study. We got plenty of time on our hands to do the things that we know will help us. And so there's really not much of an incentive, if we don't have privacy, to be on the outside of jail, other than, like I said, having a woman. But even that is a mindset that Babylon puts out in front of us, dangles that carrot and says, this is what life is about, this is what you want. They have a way, using their devices, to make anything that they choose to attractive. And those things that they would rather people not pursue after, like good land, clean water, they throw them to the side. Those things aren't that important. This is what you want. You want more pussy. Yeah? And nowadays, whatever else, they're sticking themselves in. And so I'm not here to get vulgar, man of Lord, and yet, but we have to tell it like it is, so that we can awaken the people and the youth to these realities that Babylon forms these illusions. And so if we fight against this, we will prevail. But if we just decide that, oh, man has best interest out for us. We have no reason to be concerned. You know, we've got new technology coming out. Life is just great, but we're setting ourselves up for a state of bondage. And it's those very few individuals around us that have chosen to escape from bondage rather than run to it. We have to be mindful of. And for us that have been freed spiritually, it is our duty to educate others upon this matter. And even though it may not be in our characteristic to fight, to be resistant, we have to force ourselves to. And at times that may mean embarrassing ourselves, yet embarrassment is only vanity. And by embarrassing ourselves, we're sure to embarrass others. And that will get us some change. Rastafari.